right? And even for traders, Notion Marketplace, buy and sell. So I'm just doing a Google search so you guys can see, Notion Joy, right? And this is something that Rhoda, she has some notions that she's going to be selling, or she does sell on Notion. So other people that want, trading templates, they can go buy certain templates, student template, and so some of this stuff is already built in. So it just depends on how organized you want to get and how much, customization, right? The template is like $10, $5, finance and crypto tracker, $15. If you wanted that, if you wanted one and you asked me, I probably would already have one that I can share. And so far, I want to make sure, because I start talking and I don't hear nobody. I want to make sure I'm not losing nobody and everybody's getting some value. All right.
We are, brother.
Because I can talk the whole hour. So, what I'm saying? I got to remember to slow down. My goal is to give as much value as I can as fast as possible, but I also want it to be interactive. All right. So, this is, these there's Notion templates. You can find pretty much any, and you can build it as big as you want, right? So, we can have calendars, you can have, multiple pages inside of a page. I'm trying to see what I have. So here's a cryptocurrency keeper, right? If you wanted to lock it down, I personally don't want to put my stuff on things that I don't know how secure it is. But you can I can share this crypto tracker with you because I'm not going to use it. But I've paid for templates. You can add all your transactions. This is more for a investor, somebody's like kind of long-term that want their family to have what they have. And you be sharing with your wife, and you can put all your stuff inside of here, your wallets. This even have passwords that you can put in, password keepers and everything here for your crypto. It's up to who, if you want to use it or not. I don't advise keeping your passwords and your stuff inside of a Notion, but you could put your balances so at least your family or your wife would, or your partner would know. So let me share this template. I mean, I think it's good. So if you had to share your crypto balance with your account or your CPA without putting the password in, it may not be a bad thing. Say, hey, I had this in MetaMask. So something did happen to you, and you shared it, they can at least know how much you had. My wife constantly asks me how much crypto we got, how much money, where's the money? And, this would be something that would satisfy, they at least can see it, right? But don't put the passwords in there. Y'all find somewhere else to put your password. They got a password keeper. You come in here and it has a password and blah, blah, blah. That's not very safe. When it's a share button, it's that easy to share. All right. So copy these if you guys are using these, copy them because, for me personally, I like to make them private after everybody got them. I don't like keeping it open, and so inside of Notion, you will have a general and then you have a private, right? And so the private, nobody can get access to it. The general is if you share your Notion with someone, they can get access to this part of it, right? So for me, in the Move to Earn, some of the tasks in the Move to Earn 30-day checklist for guys that was working out, that's going to be part of my thing in 2023. It is helping guys on all aspects, the health, the mindset, the life organization. I think that's a void in the space where it's like, how do you operate? So with that being said, right, operations. So let me go here. I created this folder for you guys. I'm gonna save this. All right, it's a trading folder that I just kind of threw together real quick. And the trading plan template is something that everybody here should have completed. If you're a new member and you have it's like, why are you trading? right? And you need to master your trading and who you are as a trader and what do you want to accomplish, and and just write it down, right? The same way that we're gonna write down our life goals and our plans and your rules. Like when do you exit a trade, and why do you use a stop loss, and how? You should write this down so you'll at least have it written, and this way it can change, right? I says, ask yourself, how's my state of mind today? And so as a routine, I just put one of these elevation and frequency charts. I'm big on the energy side. I don't think you should operate when you're not on a high energy or a you're not vibrating correctly, right? When you're angry, when you're upset, when you're not, in a good state. And so, these frequencies, when you're up here and you got reason, love, and joy, and you're doing things out of peace and enlightenment, normally you're gonna find that your trading is a lot better. And when you think that things are being done through you, like, like you're here to inspire others, you're gonna know that you're operating high, right? When you're at your higher self, you're doing it. And when things is going through you, you're doing it for others. But these levels under 200, to me, like trying to trade in a pride, anger, fear, grief, shame, you're gonna trade you're gonna be in a weak state. You're gonna see weak results, and it's just something I've observed. For guys that have big losses, right? A lot of times they experience anxiety. They have some kind of greed, or they have some pride that they don't want to accept a loss, earlier, and they get bigger losses, right? I talked to a person, couple 2 weeks ago. He was in a group as an option trader, and he lost 200,000 gambling. And I was like, bro, like, why didn't you stop me? Like, I thought I was gonna get it back, and now he's like, I need to get into the mastermind. I need to come back because I need to make it back. I was like, bro, you never made 200,000 trade, and you lost 200,000 gambling. You need to stick to gambling, because you don't come in and trade, you're gonna even lose more money. Right? You made money gambling, but you never made 200,000 crypto, and coming in with that desire, right? And that guilt. He had a lot of guilt with that he lost that much. So it's like, you're not gonna trade well if you're in a guilt stage or you're in a fearful stage, right? A lot of us are trading with fear, right? And so, asking yourself that question, checking in with yourself in the morning and saying, hey, how's my state of mind today? This is part of the morning formula, the night routine. And then what do you do after you execute a trade, right? Do you have a routine, right? After you hit that buy button or sell button, then what do you do, right? We need to go through that and write it down. And, I'm kind of everybody group coach, but individually, you ask yourself, how many calls have I attended? Like, if you haven't attended no calls and you finna go trade, you shouldn't trade, right? You kind of, the calls are there to give you overviews of what's happening in the market. So you at least, it's kind of hard to hop in a car that's moving 50 miles per hour. You want to at least get kind of warmed up before you start sprinting. So you want to ask yourself, have I made any calls have I attended any calls this week? 10 Rotus call, 10 Mike on Sunday night. It's like, attend the call so you at least have an idea of what's going on throughout the week. How many questions I've asked? If you're on calls and you attended 5 calls and you asked 0 questions, right? You actually vibrating at probably maybe this pride level, right? Or you're not, it's some kind of fear, right? And so you have to acknowledge that, right? Because I have questions every call, and that's because I understand that I'm never going to be perfect. I'm always going to have to learn something, and I can't track the entire market. I understand that, I got a willingness to understand it. I need other people, and I want to ask, in front of everybody, like, hey, what do you think, right? Even if I know what I think, because at the end of the day, I'm in it to make money, right? And so I'm not neutral. I don't, I could be wrong or I can be right. But it is a way to live life where you're going to empower yourself. So that trading plan, is in this folder. This monthly goal planner, right? So inside each month, if you post this up and you put it behind your trading wall, every month you kind of know you can write some notes, right? Santa rally after the 16th, and you post it up and you can print it out, or you can write, a couple of, things that, come up that you want to remember for September, or you're going to remember for January. Getting the use of writing. I keep about, I got about 10 pens next to me, and I got 4 or 5 computers. I still write things down, right? And I write them down, and then when I'm out, I take I got a remarkable tablet, right? And this tablet allows me to write things down because it's something with your brain. When you write it down, you kind of remember differently,